Hi, third grade. This is Monday, the 30th science lesson for you. Our last section on our simple machines around the house is wedges. So let's talk a little bit about wedges. You're going to go off and find your wedges around the house, and then you're going to come back and listen to me again on another video because we need to go over our study guide for your upcoming simple machines test, which is coming up. Okay, so first things first, let's learn a little bit more about the wedge so you can go on your hunt, okay? So let's see. A wedge is shaped like a triangle. Is that a triangle? It is made of two back-to-back inclined planes, okay? It has a pointed end and a flat end. Wedges can be used in different ways. Some are used to cut objects apart by splitting or separating. Think of an axe, okay, splitting wood. To split something using a wedge, you push the wedge's pointed end into where you want to make a split. You push on it or hit the flat end. A thick, short wedge makes a wider split. Other wedges hold things in place. They are pushed tightly into a space between two objects. This makes it impossible for the objects to move any further. So think of the door stopper in our classroom. That's a perfect example. We wedge that underneath the door and between the door and the floor, and it makes it so the door stays open. You can really pull it open, but it makes it much harder. That's a wedge being used in that way to hold something open, okay? Wedges are super common, but we don't always know how to use that. We don't always realize that what we're looking at, okay? So if you think about, everybody uses kitchen knives in their house. A butter knife even has a wedged edge. If you want to ask your parents to show you, don't go around grabbing kitchen knives because they can be very sharp. But they have a wedged edge, and that's why they cut into things so easily. Here's an axe. We talked about that. You might have an axe in your tool shed. Again, please don't touch it. Just write on your list if you have one. I don't want anyone touching axes unless it's a toy axe. Do you have anything that you eat and cut into a wedge, like a watermelon wedge or maybe a wedge of cheese? You could make your cheese at lunchtime a wedge instead of a chunk. Here's a doorstop. I don't know if you have any doorstops at your house, but if you do, you can include them. There's a video that we're going to watch next science class, I think, that has so many cool examples of wedges, things that you don't think of. For example, airplane wings are often shaped like a wedge so that they can cut through the air and be more aerodynamic and run better. The same thing here with the tip of the boat being a wedge, so it can cut through the water more easily. The stapler we know is a lever, but the staples inside are wedges. So if you have a stapler, you can count that again. And you might have push pins at your house. And if you look very closely at a push pin's point, it is shaped like a tiny little triangle, and it pushes in much easier that way. So go ahead and go on your hunt, see what you can find. Please don't touch anything sharp, because if you can see it, that's good enough. Write it on your list, okay? And I will see you in the next video, and we'll talk about and go over things that are going to be on your test, okay? See you back in a minute.